Hello YouTube. I know that I haven't been uploading the last few weeks, or it's been a while since I uploaded a video, but now I'm back. I had to go back to army for reservists, etc., but now I'm back and I'm going to do my best to try to keep my uploads consistent. Let's get started. Okay, so today is Monday, and let's say that you're going to work, you're feeling your Monday blues, you're coming down from a weekend high, and you're sitting down to desk and looking at the pile of work, and you're just wishing that you could be somewhere having fun. Of course, if your work is fun for you, great, good job. But let's say work is not fun for you, you want to go have fun somewhere, and suddenly you receive a phone call. Oh, it's your friend. Your friend is saying, hey buddy, let's get together this week. I haven't seen you for a while. How about let's have some drinks on Friday? And then you say, alright, you're suddenly excited, but then you remember, oh no, I'm on my diet. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You're on a diet. You can't go out with your friends because you can't eat outside. What you're gonna do is you're gonna watch this video and let me tell you how you can stay on a diet regardless of being out with your friends and enjoying yourself, etc. This whole video is gonna be like pro tips from what I have used and what has worked for me, and me just giving them to you. So let's start. Tip number 1. Now this might seem a bit obvious or not, but sometimes it's the most obvious things and the most simplest things that make the biggest difference. So tip number 1 is try to work out on the same day that you're going out. So let's say, like for example, the phone call from just now, you guys are supposed to meet up to go out on Friday. So make sure that from Monday to Friday, from Monday to Thursday, and all the way up leading to that one meal or one day that you're going out with your friends, make sure that you are on point with your diet. Nothing's wrong, everything's right. You're taking all the right steps, staying on your diet, going exercising, etc. Then on Friday, do your best to get a workout before that meal or later on in the day. Let's say the meal is in the morning, then maybe you want to work out later on in the day. That will make a big difference because you will burn some calories and it will bring your total calories for the day lower because of having exercised. Now tip number 2 is that you gotta control your calories that you eat in that day. So before that meal, make sure you're eating a limited number of calories, or maybe after the meal, make sure you're eating a limited number of calories. So what happens is that generally food, when you eat outside, generally speaking, food that is like fast food, junk food, restaurant food is higher in fat, which is why it gives you this really tasty feeling, like you feel like the food tastes so good and you feel like a better level of satisfaction when you eat that kind of food because it's higher in fat. Tip number 3 is going to be similar to tip number 2 in that it's don't starve yourself. But Jay, you just said limit what you eat, so I might as well not eat anything, and then when I get to a restaurant I can spend all my calories. Isn't that sound like a good idea? No. See, what happens when you starve yourself is that you're going to be thinking about that food the whole damn day, and then your mind will be hungrier than your stomach, and then when you go to the restaurant you're going to end up eating a lot more than what you normally would have, given that you have eaten something before that. And then not only would you go over your calories, but you're going to feel terrible after that, because 1, you'll feel guilty. 2, you are going to feel so terrible because your stomach is so full, you're going to feel bloated. Ugh, it's just not worth it. So just eat something. Don't starve yourself. Maybe eat smaller portions. Maybe take for example, Subway sandwiches, right? Half for breakfast and half for lunch, and then rest of your calories you can spend at dinner. So that's just one example. You can do this with other stuff. You can make it at home, etc. That's one way to not starve yourself but still limit your calories. Tip number 4 is that you need to find out how many carbohydrates, how much fat, how much protein is in your food before you eat it. Also, if you want to find out how many calories, you can find it out, but sometimes on like labels, sometimes the calories doesn't match with the macronutrients. So I prefer to just find out macronutrients.
a lot of people will say, I'm just gonna eat this first, and then later on I'll write it down or I'll track it or whatever it is. But think of it this way: every single day you have got $50 in your wallet, okay? And before you cannot go over 50. There is no safety, there is no bank account, you just get $50 and that's it. So before you buy something, you definitely want to check the price to make sure it's not over your budget, and make sure you still have money left for transport, for food, etc. You know, so that's the same thing. You can't just eat something and then if it's over, it's too late, and then the next day you'll have lesser money. It's like if you spend $55, then the next day you've got 45. You understand what I'm saying? So for example, a lot of people, when they go to Subway, they get the wrap because they think it's lesser calories, it's healthier, but in actuality the wrap has got more calories, more carbohydrates than the bread. So they should actually get the bread, but there's a misconception because they didn't bother to find out how many calories it actually was. Okay, I'll give you one more example, and that would be like the KFC cheese fries has got 500 calories from fat. And knowing that, I wouldn't eat KFC cheese fries unless like I'm having like an off day, or I'm going out with like it's a really special day for me to go off my diet, or I'm allowing myself to cheat. So only for these reasons would I eat the KFC cheese fries. Other than that, I would stay away from it because it's way too much fat. I'm gonna end the video there, but then I'm gonna show you guys what I get later, and I'll give you like a pro tip. This is something I wasn't gonna tell you guys, but then I just thought of it. Okay, so I like to get like iced black coffee like this. So, but it's really bitter, and sometimes when I'm going to the gym, I don't have my pre-workout. This is what I take. And even if I go to like restaurants and stuff, like a lot of times when they have Coke and stuff, it really puts the calories of your meal over 1,000 calories. And that's really scary, because imagine if you have 3 meals and all of them are fast food, that's 3,000 calories in a day.
It's over 9,000!
And just because you're drinking like a sugary drink. So if this was, let's say, unsweetened lemon tea, you could do the same thing. Okay, so I use this sweetener. I just carry around like little sachet of it. So what I'll do is, like, I'll come wherever I am, I'll just take this, especially if I know that I'm gonna be drinking like drinks. So I'll take it and I'll just put it in. And now you have like a, not exactly sweet, but like not a disgusting drink, and it's 0 calories still. So this whole thing is 0 calories, and after drinking this whole thing, I'm not gonna be so hungry. So that's another way to like stay on your diet.